BS Show, Season 4, Episode 10. Sean Gankars with Justin Chasmore and Adam Tyne, as always. And boys, we got a bounce back week. Winning week last week, 5-3-1. Record stays slightly under 500, though, 30-31-2. Nearing the midway point of the regular season here. We're going into week 8. Yeah, week 9's a midway point now. I don't know what's going on in the NFL, but we're nearing there. Packers line just moved half a point. They must have got that Lazard news we just talked about right in front of our eyes here as our opening game we're going into. But that said, boys, like I said, we're nearing the halfway point. Our record looks pretty halfway right now. Think we get over the top, second half coming up.
Well, again, like you mentioned pre-show, we'll just leave it as I'm holding the record down a bit with my locks so far this year. Obviously, still got a lot of time left, but eventually, I got to figure it out. So that's on me. But that being said, yes, breaking news, BS Show, Allen Lazard is out, according to Chazzy Schefter.
Yeah, he is out, I think. And obviously Adams is too. But when it comes to our locks, keep stacking winning weeks. We'll get there. Slow and steady.
Yeah, and hey, I mean, speaking of locks, Gonzo's getting his first pick in on Thursday night as always, but this all of a sudden turning into a tough game to pick, a game I wanted to love Green Bay in, but now we're hearing all this receiver news going on there. But as always, we're going to start with Gonzo. Packers, all of 30 seconds ago during the pre-show, were 6-point underdogs. Now I'm staring at them at plus 6.5, over under 50.5. Chaz, where's Gonzo going to start us this week?
Yeah, Gonzo unfortunately got the push last week for him and Adam. But I guess it's better than a loss. This week, he is taking the derailed Green Bay Packers plus 6.5 now. There was 6. But 6.5 will take the extra half point. I mean, I guess Aaron Rodgers getting 6.5 points is something you don't see every day. Obviously, the Cardinals look like a really good team. Took care of business last week against the Texans, and but this is gonna be a big test Thursday night football with Aaron Rodgers coming to town. I'm gonna take the Cardinals to win, pack the cover. I'll ride with Gonzo. Cards 24-20. I think my favorite bet in this game is the under.
Yeah, he likes the under, huh? I'm going to have to go against Gonzo here. I think the Cardinals are real. I think Arizona is going to be bumping for this game. First meaningful game in their night game like this in a few years. And I have watched the Packers play a lot, unfortunately beat the Bears. And Davante Adams is that good to the point where he changes this game and the score. The guy's almost uncoverable, and their offense without him, I think, is a completely different offense. Aaron Jones will have success on the ball a lot, but this is a bad matchup, and the Packers are kind of due for one of those bad losses they have every handful of games. I think this is that. I'll take the Cards, and I like them by double digits here. I'm going to go 30-20 Arizona.
All right, I'm going to ride with Gonzo here. This receiver news over the past 24 hours has been absolutely brutal for Green Bay, and it is going to be a lot tougher than I anticipated. But even when this line opened, I think before Davante Adams news yesterday, I think Green Bay was getting 3, maybe 4. One line I looked ahead on.
Yep.
Yeah, it was 3, right? One line I looked ahead on. I had Green Bay winning this game outright with Davante Adams. I mean, I'm not going to bet a money line here, but I'll still stick with Green Bay actually finding a way to win this game outright. Here's my thing. When you have Aaron Rodgers getting 6.5 points, as long as he's on the field, I'm going to take that almost every single time. That's just a number you don't see for him to get. And this Arizona team, as we said, I mean, they are very good. Their defense is better than I think anyone anticipated. And Collar's obviously got the offense rolling, but something about this Green Bay team, Arizona feels due for a loss. It still feels like a spot where it could happen. And if Aaron Rodgers has time to throw the ball still, which I firmly believe he will, I mean, no Devontae Hurts, probably no Scantling, sounds like no Lazard. Yes, that all hurts, but you give Aaron Rodgers time, he'll pick apart any defense. This still feels like a game I think Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers could lead to victory here. So I'll take the upset here. I'm definitely taking Green Bay plus 6.5. I'll take them to win this outright 27-24. We'll just see what happens. I just wish Green Bay had their receivers because I would tell you Green Bay money line every single day, twice on Sundays this week, if they were getting 3 with those receivers. I also feel like Arizona, not so much Chaz a couple of years ago that kept shitting on the Titans team that made it to the playoffs, but lost the first playoff game, how Chaz was never really fully buying in. Arizona is better than that team. I'm still not fully bought in on them. I think when crunch time comes in December, their true colors are going to show a little, and they're not going to look the part they look now.
You looked at their roster?
What's that?
When you really look at their roster, it's pretty incredible how many guys they have on that team.
Yeah, I believe it. The Titans roster was stacked that year too, and Chaz said it. And then crunch time came, end of the season, they were nowhere to be found. I think this Cardinals team is better than that Titans team we were talking about a couple of years ago. Chaz was talking about, but I think something similar could happen. All right, let's get into Sunday here, starting the AFC East. And Adam, your Dolphins, back to the old days when you first came on the show, getting 13.5 points on the road here in Buffalo, over under 49.5. The Dolphins fell off a cliff. Obviously the Tua injury start the season didn't help, but they're in contention for possibly one of the bigger disappointments in the NFL this year. Adam, how do you feel about your Dolphins going into Buffalo right now?
Don't feel great. I don't think they're necessarily my Fins anymore, but I'll keep that just because it's fun. I mean, listen, the Bills are the real deal. Coming off a bye, tough loss to Tennessee. They bounce back, and unfortunately, Miami gets them in that regard. And Miami's defense is not what it was last year. I don't know what's going on down there, but the Buffalo's offense is that good. I think they win, and I think they cover here. I really do. Buffalo at home last time they were home. They shut out the Texans maybe. And I'm going to pick, the Buffalo Bills to win, cover here, and cruise this week. I kind of like the points. I think the Dolphins offense will have some success, but the Bills put up a ton. So I'm going to go Buffalo to win and cover 35-20.
Yeah, I'm with you, Adam. I actually don't have much on this game on that. Buffalo win this easy. First off, Buffalo, a couple weeks to prepare for this game. And, last time they're on the field, lost to the Titans and everything. This feels like a good game to bounce back at home. I don't see any reason how Buffalo struggles. Adam, you said Miami's defense is not what anybody expected. Josh Allen has himself a good day. Bills cruise at home here. I'm with you, Adam. I'll go 34-13.
Yeah, I'm with both of you guys here. The Fins had their shot last week to get a win at home against Atlanta, fought back, take the lead with like a minute and 30 seconds left, and then their defense falls apart and they lose. And I think that was kind of maybe the final straw of this season for them. Obviously that game felt like a must win for them, and add in just how bad they've played. And now with the Tua news and Deshaun Watson speculation, there's a lot going around that team. Bills coming off a bye and off a loss is not good news for the Dolphins. And the Bills last year hung 87 total points against this defense. And this defense played 10 times better than what they're playing this year. So I think the Bills cruise here. I think they put up a huge number at home. I don't think this game is close. I think the Dolphins are dead. Give me the Bills 38-14.
The Fins are dead.
Fins are very dead.
Yeah,
I will say they covered for my locks last week. So thank you for that.
They got a job done.
That's
They
it.
got a job done.
If you're a Fins fan, your season's dead.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the NFC South here, and two teams that have flipped their season completely after the first few weeks of the season. Carolina heading to Atlanta here. Falcons 3-point favorites at home, over under 46. Panthers 3-0 start, have not seen a win since. Just a bad loss to the Giants last week where they couldn't get anything going. And then the Falcons, they get another win against Miami. Falcons all of a sudden gaining a little relevancy here. I mean, yes, their wins are against the Giants, the Jets, and the Dolphins. Nothing impressive, but no, those are teams you have to beat. Now they actually have a chance here to beat a Carolina team that's on a huge downslope at home, even save their season and maybe gain a little momentum for when the schedule does get a little tougher. So I'm definitely going to take the Falcons to win at home here and cover. I don't know exactly what happened to the Panthers. I still want to trust their defense, but it just hasn't looked the same. I mean, the Giants had nothing on offense. They threw Daniel Jones with a bunch of practice squad guys out there and found a way to beat Carolina by 20 plus points. Atlanta's offense is seeming to get better as the season's going. I think Atlanta stays rolling here, gains a little momentum, and brings some hope to the Atlanta fan base down there. Falcons win this one 24-17.
Yeah, Gank, I'm with you, man. I like the Falcons to win and cover here. Panthers, I think we're seeing it's just maybe a case of no CMC, and they just don't really feel like the same team offensively. You know, they give Hubbard the ball, but he just doesn't have the same production, obviously. And for me, I think we're starting to just see Arthur Smith's offense really play into Matt Ryan's hands, and they got the weapons. And just goes to show the Bears had Cordell Patterson for 2 years, did nothing with him. Goes to Atlanta and good offense. The guy's, you know, one of the top 5 fantasy guys. So it's just I think it's just a good offensive coach with a good scheme that'll fit with a good Q. And I think that they're going to keep winning some games against, you know, average teams like they have. So take them to win and cover here. And I think Sam Darnold maybe struggles a little bit again. So I'll go 24-17 Atlanta.
All right, I'm gonna be the lone soldier here on the Panthers. I'm gonna actually take them to win this game. I think this is a spot that everyone is going to take the Falcons this week because of how bad Carolina's looked. Atlanta, 2 straight wins coming home, and I'm not going to get sucked into that. I've been tricked by this Falcons team for years, and this just feels like one of those games that they're going to let everyone down. I still don't think they're a very good football team. They beat the Dolphins. They had a lead, blew the lead in Falcon fashion, and then luckily drove down the field on that horrible defense. But I think the Panthers defense is going to play better this week. And if there's a defense that Sam Darnold can get right and Chubb Hubbard can get some things going, it's against the Falcons. So I might be going out of limb here, but give me the Panthers to win this game 21-20.
Feel better about us, Adam, when Chaz disagrees with us in a Falcons game.
Yeah, I think Jazzy just hates the Falcons.
Hey, I was right last week.
There's a lot of teams Chaz is good with, but there's one team that has caused a headache. All right, Chaz, let's go to you here with their Philly squad out there. We got people singing on the radio about the Eagles now, and here they go. Chance to bounce back, possibly get a win here against a Detroit team that is just desperate for a win. I can't figure out a way to get it. Detroit 3.5-point underdogs at home here to the Birds. Over unders 48. Is this the week the Lions do it?
You know the Lions have been my team all year. I think I've locked them maybe every week except one, possibly. This is the week they do it. I looked at their schedule. This is their best opportunity to win a football game. And I don't know if you guys watched that whole Eagles game, but that was one of the worst defensive performances I've ever seen in my life. And listening to the radio, Philly radio, these last few mornings, they agree. It was just a horrible, horrible performance by them. Nick Sirianni is probably going to be a one and done coach here. And this Philly team is it's in shambles. And I think this Lions team, I mean, they went into LA last week and gave the Rams everything they could handle. They've been teetering with a win. And if they don't do it at home against a bad Birds team, I don't know if it's coming. So give me my Lions to go get a win, 31-27.
Chaz, I'm so with you, bro. I could not be more with you, especially with the 3 hook. I mean, the Lions either lose in a heartbreak fashion here again, or they win. Nah, I agree. I mean, I've been against the Lions all year, but this is the time they get it. I think they have a bye next week, maybe, and they want to get this dub. Eagles, they're going to really miss Joe Flacco this week for sure. I don't got much here. I just think the Lions find a way to win. Eagles are struggling offensively and defensively. I like Jalen Hurts, but I think it's the wrong coach, like you said. So I'll take the Lions to win in a nail biter, 20-17.
All right, I'll ride the Birds here. I'll be the lone soldier. Here's the thing with Philly. I think a lot of us didn't expect much from them coming into the season to begin with. I mean, most people, I think, had them finishing last in the NFC East. I forget what their exact win total was before the season. I'm actually going to pull it up and look. 6.5. And See, that's the thing. That's a number, they win this game. They're already at 3 wins, and that number is very reachable too. So, they're close to expectations. They're actually not as bad as I thought. I really thought Philly was a struggle this year, kind of have nothing going for them. They have a chance to win this game here. They'll get a third win of the season first half. It's a number that can be reached. Thing is with Philly, their defense was bad last week. I agree with that. But when it's all said and done, their secondary and pass defense still hasn't been that bad at all this season. And Jared Goff in this Lions offense has kind of been struggling to throw the ball a bit, I think. I think that could create problems, almost make Detroit one-dimensional at home. And Philly, without Miles Sanders going down, everything, I almost feel like Philly likes the Kenneth Gainwell more than Boston Scott's. I actually think they'll be able to run the ball. That's the one easy way to beat the Lions. Their rush defense is not good at all. So if Philly gets the ground game going, which I think they do here, I think they win this game because the Lions offense is going to be a little one-dimensional. I think Jared Goff's going to struggle a bit against this team, and I'll take Philly, go on the road, get this win, and just cover the 3.5 here. Lions are going to lose another close one, 24-20.
I will say I liked the Eagles last week because we raved about their pass defense, and then Derek Carr went 31 for 34 with 323 yards. So
I mean,
it was
Derek Carr is having one of those seasons though too. Jared Goff has been kind of dog shit in this offense. So
right, but there was just zero defense. The guys were wild.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought I saw
what he was doing.
It was like that, maybe the highest completion percentage per 30 attempts, maybe like ever in NFL history.
It was nuts.
Yeah,
every play.
Yeah, I think that's just a system of the Raiders offense that's been working because the Jared Goff system in this Lions offense, him throwing the ball has not been working. And if he's forced to do that, it's going to lead to problems. All right. Big game in the AFC South here. Colts bouncing back after a slow start. I've kind of been trying to ride all year with the Colts thinking this team will get it going. And they finally seem like they have. Now they got the Titans at home here. They are getting 1.5 points, over under 49.5. And as much as I want to pick the Colts, get them keep rolling, I do think it's a very winnable game for them. And this does feel like a letdown game for the Titans. I just can't do it. Titans, 2 very good wins in a row, beating the Bills, beating the Chiefs, been bouncing back very strong after that Jets loss. And I think the Titans know how important it is to keep winning in this conference right now. Especially this early in the season, if they want any home field, they got to keep running and everything. I think the Titans stay hot. This offense is starting to click very well. I mean, Derrick Henry's going at a rate where if he keeps running that rate, there's no way you could stop this offense. You're going to slow the box. Tannehill will beat you in the air. And even loading the box, Derrick Henry will still run it down your throat. This Titans offense seems like too much for anyone to handle right now. And their defense is being under the radar right now, too. They've made – not great against the Bills, but made the key stops when they had to, and they just held that Chiefs offense to 3 points. I think the Titans are just too much for the Colts here. Give me the Titans on the road, 27-23.
Yeah, again, I mean, this is a stay away for me. I want to pick the Colts to win this game. I think they may, but I'm going to stick with the Titans just because of how they're playing right now. The past few wins they've had have been extremely impressive. I mean, I don't know where that defense came from that stopped the Chiefs, but I mean, that was 3 points, and they had a pass rush for the first time in like years. So I'm going to take the Titans to win this game. I think Derrick Henry keeps on cooking like he has. Hopefully Tannehill has another good game like he did last week. Wouldn't be shocked in the least if the Colts find a way to win because they will run the ball, and I think that the Titans defense can be run on. But that being said, man, the Titans are playing too well for me to pick against them. I like some points here. I like the over. It's no surprise to the Titans, but I'll go 27-24 Tennessee.
All right, I'll be a lone soldier here. I'm going to take the Colts. I feel like I've been pretty good picking Titan games this year. And I will say 2 years ago, I was calling the Titans frauds. I think this year they are very legit, and I do not want to see them in the playoffs. With that being said, I think this is just a game for the Colts at home. I think it's a must win. They're 3-4. And I mean, when you look at the AFC playoff picture and even that division, if they want any chance, I think they got to win this game. Their offense is starting to click, 30 points in the last 4 games. So Carson Wentz has played really well, and Jonathan Taylor looks like the running back that everyone thought he was going to be. So I'm going to take the desperate team at home here that has gotten things rolling. I think that was a huge win in San Fran last week. I I think they come home and take care of business. Not a knock on the Titans. I just think it's a bigger game for the Colts to say. I'll go Colts 30-27.
Massive game. Colts just coming flying back into the picture. I kind of love it.
Yeah.
One's
Colts are
playing
fun to
very
watch.
one's playing very well there too. It's just excellent to watch.
Good.
All right. Believe the biggest spread of the week here. Rams traveling to Houston. Rams 14.5-point road favorites. Over under 48. Not much for me to say on this one. I will say right off the rip, I am to have Houston cover 14.5. But the Rams are obviously they go on the road and win this game anyway. How Houston can beat them. I do think Houston, really hasn't been that terrible defensively, especially when it comes to stopping the pass, which could give the Rams some problem early, and I think keeps Houston close in the game. And I think that will be enough for them to hold on and cover the spread. But when it's all said and done, we've all been watching this Rams offense this year with Matt Stafford. Adam, I know you have, because your boy Cooper Kupp has just been a fucking maniac in this offense, and he can't be stopped in it. And he'll get going as he does. But like I said, I think a slow start for the Rams, little struggle trying to figure out this Texans defense a bit when it comes to throwing the ball. Will start clicking in the second half. They'll run with it, but the Texans will hold on to covering 14.5 at home, especially if they get Tyrod back too. So the Rams defense, as good as it is, isn't what it was last year. And I think they can find a way to still score some points against the Rams, but just too much for this game. Give me the Rams going on the road, winning this one. Texans cover. I'll go 31-20.
Yeah, so it's a big one, depending on who the quarterback is. I'd probably take Tyrod and the Texans to cover, but I'm going to take the Rams to win and cover. Their offense is really just clicking on all cylinders. Cooper Kupp is on pace to have the best fantasy wide receiver season of all time, which we love to see. We also love that I got Derrick Henry, the other number one running back, so that's just good stuff all around. I know Chazzy likes Cooper Kupp and Yahoo, but that being said, I like the Rams to win and cover. I don't think the Texans have much life, and the Rams are just one of those teams that's going to mop up. Last week it was close against the Lions, but that was Jared Goff game. That wasn't an indication of them as a team. So I'll take them to win and cover with these 34-17.
Yeah, this is this is based on Tyrod not playing, but I'm going to take the Rams to win and cover here too. This Texans team has a total of 8 points in the last 2 weeks. And I do not think they are going to find much success against this Rams defense. I think the Rams came out a little flat last week. The game that they were expected to win by 15.5 points, whatever the spread was. And I think they came out a little flat. The Lions came out, did some crazy shit with the onside kick and fake punt and all this stuff. But they figured it out in the second half and kind of rolled. I think they come out this week ready to go. I don't think there's any slow starts. I don't think it's close at all. I think it's a rout. Give me the Rams 33-7.
Yeah.
They've scored 8 points in 2 weeks.
3 and 5.
5.
5. They were winning 5-0 too against the Cardinals.
That's awesome.
And then lost 31-5.
Giants are up 5-3 at one point this weekend.
Saw that.
Gotta love the NFL sometimes, right?
Yep.
All right. Next game here. This is another one I'm not gonna have too much on. Bengals, another big road favorite here. 10.5-point favorites on the road against the Jets. Over under 43.5. And Sony's been trying to back the Jets all year. Now all of a sudden you're down to Zach Wilson and everything. The injuries on the defense are starting to pile up too much. Probably not that many people look into it because it is the Jets. Not that many people could name that many guys on the Jets defense, but being somebody who follows Giant reporters that cover the Jets too on Twitter and everything, when you look at the list of their injuries on defense, it's actually unbelievable. And the way this Bengals team is rolling, the way this offense is rolling, it's just bad news. Jets don't have their guy to keep up with them too. This one may get ugly at MetLife here. Give me the Bengals 27-10.
Yeah, I mean, Gank, I'm with you. I'm not going to do too much except I had some homework this week. I found out some guys on the Bengals defense. We got Trey Hendrickson, the end. Very good player from the Saints this offseason they got. Von Bell, who I didn't know still played. and Logan Wilson, linebacker. A couple guys playing out of their mind. So good for them. Just held my boy Lamar to 17. That being said, I love the Bengals to win and cover here. Jets, I'm not going to take them to cover. I frankly don't know how to beat the Titans, but they found a way to do it. So I think Joey B continues. Jets offense struggles. 27-13 Cincinnati.
Well, the Jets beat the Titans with Zach Wilson in the game. And obviously, since he'll be on the sideline, and we don't even know who's going to play quarterback for them right now. Whoever it is not going to be very good. I doubt Flacco's going to be able to start already. And their backup that came in last week was horrific. So I've been a backer of the Jets this year too. They burned me, I think, every single time. And even before the show, I said I could not tell you the last time the Bengals were 10.5-point favorites, which scares me a little bit, but I'll take them. Not betting this game in any way, shape, or form, but give me the Bengals 23-10.
No, Zach Wilson did against the Titans through multiple touchdown passes. Something he's done a few times this year. Justin Fields ever done that?
No, he has not. I wish I could say he did.
All right. Big battle in the AFC North here. Chaz, this is your division. I'm going to go to you first on this one. No, that division is as wide open as it could be at the damn near midpoint of the season. Steelers getting 3.5 on the road in Cleveland, over under 42.5. Believe your Ravens are on a bye this week too, Chaz. So I'm sure your eyes are going to be on this one. How do you feel about this game?
Yeah, huge game for the division. Ravens are on a bye, probably a good time for it. But another game that is in line that is, we don't know if Baker Mayfield is playing. So I'm going to go on the fact that he is going to play this game. I guess really either way, I'm going to take the Steelers to cover. So it doesn't really change my opinion here. I think the Browns, obviously, they're going to get Nick Chubb back, and we think Baker Mayfield, which is going to be huge. But I think the Browns, 4-3, they got a big win last week against Denver. It wasn't the prettiest, but I think at home here, again, divisional game, I think they get the win. But I think the Steelers keep this game close. I wouldn't be shocked if they win this game. This rivalry has been electric ever since Vontaze Burfict and Juju and Antonio Brown, that whole situation. But
Myles Garrett slammed his helmet too.
Oh, sure. Mason Rudolph lost his head. Yeah.
Good point, Keg.
And then also, last year's playoff game where the Browns went in and just mopped up the Steelers. So Pittsburgh's going to have a lot to play for here. So I actually like them to cover here. Wouldn't be shocked if they win, but I'll take the Browns 21-20.
Yeah, Chaz, I'll be quick. I'm completely with you with everything that you said. Kind of a little revenge game for the Steelers. I see at the very best for the Browns, they win by 3. If not, they lose to the Steelers. Because it's at home and Cleveland's defense has shown up at home, I'll take them to win this game by a field goal in an ugly AFC North battle. But I wouldn't be shocked in the least if the Steelers got this win. Assume Baker's back as well. I'll go 20-17 Cleveland.
Okay, I'm with the guys on Steelers to cover. The way I'm going to flip the script is picking them to win this game outright, actually. This is a game where the Browns offense is going to struggle. No, Chubb is back, right?
Yeah, he's probably playing.
Probably playing real soon, even with or without Baker. Do you know my thoughts about Baker? When the second he has to win you a game, I think the Browns are in complete trouble. Almost think Case Keenum may be a better option for that situation. But regardless of that fact, the Browns are a team that's going to run the ball, and they're going to struggle to run against the Steelers defense. I don't think the Steelers forget about that playoff game last year. And I think the Steelers defense is really going to start hitting their stride, getting better as the season goes. And the Browns are just going to struggle. I'm looking at the under 42.5 here. I think that may be one of my more favorite plays. This typical ugly defensive battle in the AFC North that is still very fun to watch. Definitely a game I want to keep my eyes on this weekend. Give me the Steelers to win outright here, 20-17. Coming off the bye too. A couple weeks of prep for them. Najee needs to get going too, even though he has been, but he needs to stay rolling.
Stay rolling.
All right, Adam, here we go. Your Bears getting 3.5 points at home to the 49ers here. Whopping over under 39.5. Take it away, bud.
Yeah, a couple of high octane offenses here for sure. I know that the Bears just got absolutely mopped by the Bucks. Really not much of a surprise. Thought it'd be a little more competitive, but obviously it wasn't. Past 2 weeks, I knew they'd lose. I actually think they're going to bounce back and win this game, and that's just simply because either way, I see them losing at a field goal, or the simple fact that this is the type of game that they win. Their defense shows up against an average quarterback and an average offense at home. This is just kind of how they do it. It's really crazy. They've actually beaten the Bengals and Raiders, who are the 1 and 2 seed in the AFC that right now the season ended. I think this is one of the few they do win moving forward after, but this is a must win for them, really for both teams. And with that type of game, I will take the home team. And I think it's just simply the Bears defense stops the run, forces Jimmy G to beat him if he's even playing. And that doesn't happen. So low scoring, ugly game like the under. And I think this is going to be brutal, but I'm going to go 19-16 Chicago.
Oh, yes. What a football game here. I don't know if this is good or not. So whenever I feel like I agree with you with the Bears, it definitely just goes the other way. And, I for the past season and a half here have been taking the Bears, getting points almost every opportunity I can. And to make it worse, I'm with you where I'm going to take them to win this game outright. Everybody knows my thoughts about San Fran ever since their Super Bowl appearance. I always say how injuries definitely haven't been helping them, but I just never thought that team was that good. They just got hot, went on a good run at the right time, and really have not been close to the same since. And we see Sunday night, another loss for them. And I just flat out don't think this Niners team is good. I almost think their lines are still inflated from that Super Bowl a couple of years ago based on past history, but they have done nothing to show me why they should be favorites, even on the road in this game. So with you, Adam, give me the Bears. Win this game outright. Defensive struggle, 17-14.
All right, I'll be on the Bears to cover, but I'm not gonna take them to win this game. I'm gonna take the Niners. I'm not big on the Niners either. I had them in the playoffs, but I right now I just think they're a better team than the Bears. The Bears offense, I mean, you guys have said it. They're just bad. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. Justin Fields is having a rough start to his NFL career, but I mean, he doesn't really have much help. I feel bad for Allen Robinson. The dude just doesn't catch the ball. But I'm just gonna go with the better team here. Low points. AT almost have the same exact score as you. I'm gonna go weird. 19-17 Niners.
19. 19's flying. I tell you what, though. If there's a game where 19's going to hit, that's up there.
That's the one.
Or it could be this one here, too. Jacksonville and Seattle. Jags plus 3.5 on the road, over under 43.5. And look at the Seattle team, Jacksonville. They got their win a few weeks ago, but Seattle feels like they're primed to win a game. And it's just been a tough break for Seattle when you look at that Russell Wilson injury, because Gino obviously hasn't done anything great. He hasn't given us wild numbers, but he's done all he can to keep this team into games. And when you watch those games, you just know, literally the past 3 for Seattle, that if Russell Wilson's on the field, they probably win all 3 of those games. So it's just been a tough break for them. However, this feels like the winnable game at home for Gino. I think he get this one here. I'm actually going to take the Jaguars to cover the 3.5 because I do think they maybe have a little momentum, maybe want to get things going. Everybody kind of knew it would be a slow start in Jacksonville, rookie quarterback, rookie head coach, and they're coming into another game here without Russell Wilson that they could definitely go on the road and win. But Seattle is, like I said, they've been fighting with Russell. I think their defense has actually been playing much better with Geno Smith on the field, just feeling like they have to, doing what they can to keep them in the games. This is a game Seattle should win at home. I think they do win, but Jacksonville also feels a winnable game on the road. They're going to fight, keep up with it. Give me the Seahawks 23-20 at the buzzer. Jags cover.
Yeah, again, it's a scary hook. I get that, but I like the Hawks. I kind of like them big. I think Geno's had a tough couple games here, and now he gets a really bad defense at home. And I mean, the guy is obviously not a very good quarterback, but I think against a bad defense, he can have some success with all the weapons on the outside. Seahawks, an absolute must win for them, obviously, to stay in any type of playoff contention if they still can. I think they win here. I think they win pretty easily. I'm not bought into the Jags. They got their win. but it's just a matter of the Hawks being at home and just needing this way more than the Jags, and they get it. I think that Trevor Lawrence struggles, defense shows up, and the Seahawks win a low-scoring but closer game, 23-17.
I'm gonna take the Hawks to win, not confidently. I'm gonna take the Jags to cover though. I really want to take the Jags to win here, but just because the Seahawks are home, I'll give them the edge. I saw Geno over his last 6 starts, which date back to like 2016 or something, is undefeated against the spread, which is incredible.
That's right.
With that being said, I feel like he's due for a loss against the spread. That hook is huge. The Jags obviously getting a win in London 2 weeks ago was huge. They had their bye week, had time to get some film on Geno. I think it stays close. I really want to take them to win, but like I said, I'll take the Seahawks once again. Not touching this game. I'll go under 2. I'll go Seahawks 20-17.
That's a former year right there covering.
That is. That's what he does. He doesn't win when he covers. And then when he finally wins, he won't cover. So everybody will fucking hate him because covering is what matters. All right. Stick here. Quietly decent, good game here in the AFC. New England traveling LA, play the Chargers. Chargers 5.5-point favorites at home. Over under 48.5. I look at this game and instantly I think I stay away from when it comes to gambling on this game. The Chargers last game against our Ravens, Chaz, was not pretty for that offense at all. Patriots, not that long ago got torched in the air by a Dak Prescott-led Cowboys team, and we know the Chargers love to throw the ball. They're thinking maybe they could do that. I don't think Belichick wants that to happen. Chargers not good last time out, 2 weeks to prep. This game just has disaster written all over it in terms of gambling, I think. I think it's very hard to predict. With that said, I will take the Chargers to win and cover here because I just think they're simply the better team than the Patriots. I think the defense can give the rookie quarterback, Mac Jones, some problems and everything. And Justin Herbert said do enough where we know that this Patriots defense is beatable in the air. We saw it a few weeks ago. So I think the Chargers win this game at home. I'm going to take them to cover the 5.5 to 28-21.
Yeah, I mean, Gank, I'm right there with you. I think the Chargers win this game with some ease. Pats played great against the Jets at home, but I mean, Belichick just beats the Jets at home and crushed. That's just life. So, I mean, I'm not going to read too much into that. They ran the ball pretty nicely. I think they'll have some success on the ground against the Chargers as well. Obviously, the Browns did. But Justin Herbert's just way too much. He's going to win this game. I don't think he's going to lose a second one in a row. He's going to have a big day. Pat's secondary isn't what it used to be. And that's why I think I'm going to have the exact same score as you. The Chargers win this game with some ease. Patriots can keep it somewhat close, but Chargers get it done 28-20.
All right, I'll be by myself again here. I'm going to take the Pats to cover. Chargers to win, though. I think the biggest reason here is obviously, the Pats beat the Jets last week, yes, but they also hung 54 points. Mac Jones had his best game of his career, and Damian Harris ran for over 100 yards for the 3rd straight week. And the knock on this Chargers defense, or on the team right now, is their defense and it's their rush D. And the Patriots are going to run the ball, and Damian Harris has looked really good the last 3 weeks, so I expect them to give him the ball a lot. And if you want to try to beat and slow down this Chargers offense, it's to keep him off the field. So I love the under here. I think this game stays close. At the end, I'll take Herbert to make a play. But I think Mac Jones has looked really good. And I think this Patriots team coming off a 54-point performance, even though it was the Jets, I think they're coming in with some confidence. So Chargers to win. I'm going to go 24-21. Damian Harris, another big day.
Yeah, I mean, Jazz, I think you're right. Mac Jones has probably looked the best of rookie QBs. Obviously, it's probably a product of great coaching because that's really the only good coach the quarterback went to. So
he's not the best team, too, but yeah, he definitely has.
That's true.
Definitely has. We'll see it play out. All right, Chaz, Washington football team getting 3 on the road. Thanks to Denver team that is going down a slippery slope after a 3-0 start, similar to the Panthers here, over under 43.5 in Denver. Um, Washington team, very disappointment so far this year to start the season. Like I said, we've seen Denver have their roll up and down roller coaster. How do you feel about this one?
Yeah, Washington's been bad. And they've also been horrific against the spread. I think they're 1-6. But with that being said, I was going to take them to cover, so I'm going to take them to win. Denver's just not good. I mean, they started 3-0. Obviously, then they played the Ravens, and then they played some teams that are, actually relevant in the National Football League, and their true colors have kind of come out. I think Washington they've just played so bad, and I mean, they're playing another team that is playing awful, and obviously going to Denver is a tough test. This Washington defense has looked really bad, but with all that being said, I'm just going to stick with Washington here. I don't think they're as bad of a team as bad as a team as they've looked through the first 7 weeks. I think it's a gut thing here, but I'm out on Denver. I'm going to go Washington 24-20.
Yeah, I think it's a gut thing for me on the other side. Denver, I think, does beat bad teams. I think Washington's proven they're not a great team. Taylor Heineke was a nice story, but he's just been struggling. This is a stay away game for me. I'm certainly not going to lock it by any means. But that being said, with Denver at home, I still have a little faith in their defense to at least show up. I think it's ugly. Big win for them at home. Kind of one of those games where Teddy just doesn't turn the ball over. Denver plays good team defense, and they just kind of squeak a win out in a low-scoring game. I'll go 20-16 Denver.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of big on Denver this week. Said off the bat, I know, Chaz, you're saying it's a gut thing. I didn't want to think this Washington team was that bad, but I'm at a point where I'm 100% full on this Washington team because they are that bad. There's too many problems going on with this defense. Looking at a Denver team that looks like they should get Jerry Jeudy back too to help out this offense. Give Sutton a little help there at the receiver position. And Javonte Williams starting to kind of look decent as a rookie here. Him and that Melvin Gordon duo in the backfield could be something pretty good. We all know that Denver beat up the shit early to start the season 3-0 before tanking the following 4 weeks after that. But I'm at a point where this Washington football team, they're also in the shit category. I don't see how Denver's going to lose to them at home. I think they bounce back here. I think Denver actually has a chance to keep their season afloat at home against this team. I think they'll get the job done. Jerry Jeudy looked very good against the Giants before going down. So, if he come back and look that strong again with Sutton there and everything, you get these running backs going. All of a sudden, Denver offense actually ain't so bad. And the defense that everybody thought was great against these trash teams that hasn't been so good recently is going to become the question for this team. But I don't trust Washington's offense to do too much against them. And I think Denver's offense could beat Washington's defense, especially at home here. I'll take the Broncos to win and actually put up a respectable amount of points in this one, 28-17.
Gank is off the football team.
Yeah.
Definitely off football team.
I mean, until they give me a reason to believe, maybe. But
I'm with you there, brother.
All right, Adam, what are they going to do on this one first? Because you're seeing some. What are they, 4-2 now after last night, huh?
Yes, sir.
They have kind of been on a little roller coaster of a season, too. You never really know which Saints team you're going to get. But what we do know is we do find a way to win these games. 4-2 is definitely a spot most fans probably signed up for their teams to be after their first 6 games. And now we're talking about Michael Thomas possibly coming back very soon. 5-point dogs at home against the Buccaneers here, over under 49.5. Only the second game played this season at the Dome. First one was a loss to the Giants. Maybe redemption here for your Saints.
Listen, I will say this. They beat Tom Brady and the Bucs twice in the regular season. Obviously lost when it mattered in the postseason. And I've been trying to tell everybody that their defense is for real. And it is. I am telling you guys, obviously they shut down Geno, nothing crazy there, but I think they have something to prove this year. That being said, I am not picking against Tom Brady anytime soon, that boy gang, based on his just absolute, you guys is on a mission, and he wants to get the number 1 overall seed because he knows how big it is in the playoffs. And I think the Bucs are going to win and cover here. I think the Saints keep it close. Fun game to watch. Jameis just too many turnovers, whereas Tampa Bay and Tom Brady doesn't turn the ball over, and that's the difference here. Respectable effort from my Saints, but Bucs win and cover 28-21.
You want to bet against your Saints or 7-0 against me? Because I'll gladly take them +5 right now.
Well, let's see what else we got. No, I don't like to bet against my Saints.
Don't like to bet against your Saints. All right. I'm with you. I think the Bucks are going to be too much for the Saints, and Bucks do win this game. Definitely not surprised Saints win those. I almost do want to pick them and win outright, but I'll definitely take them +5 here. Adam, I do think their defense is good. I don't think it's as great as you're kind of making it out to be right now. I mean, when you look at the quarterbacks they face, other than Aaron Rodgers week 1, who hasn't stepped foot on the football field for the previous 3 months, there really isn't much competition. And the sad truth is the best one they might have faced might have been Daniel Jones, who beat them up, honestly. And now you're bringing in this Tampa Bay offense against them. But with that said, Saints, I'm not saying the Saints defense is bad at all, though. They will be able to do enough to maybe bring a little pressure to Tom Brady and make him think about it a little. But this Bucs offense is too much. Hopefully Michael Thomas does come back, because my biggest question with the Saints is I actually want to see what this offense looks like with him. Watch that game last night, bring Kevin White back. Jameis Winston's throwing beautiful deep balls, and there's just no way there to catch them. Everybody's just dropping every single one. So, no, you had Michael Thomas in there. You almost maybe get to see what this offense will look like as a whole. And I think it's going to be a massive addition for the Saints when he comes back. Maybe back this week, maybe not. But I think that's when the Saints will actually really start to hit their stride. With that said, this will be a high emotion game at the Dome here. The Saints are definitely to come out ready to play. They're going to fight. They are to cover the 5. But when it's all said and done, I'm going to take Brady at the end of the game over Winston here. Give me the Bucs 28-27.
Yeah, this is shocking. Me and Gank are going to take the Saints to cover, and Adam is off of
Got your
Wild.
both on the Saints?
Wild stuff. Yeah, I'm with Gank here that they cover. I'm definitely going to take the Bucs to win this game. I think the Saints' second home game of the year. The Dome is going to be rocking. They came out and laid an egg in the first game against the Giants, where the Giants hung 27 on them. But I think, obviously Tom Brady's playing out of his mind. The Bucs look fantastic, but I think the Saints are gonna be able to keep it close. I think just a home team that is going to have a lot of emotion in this game after, like I said, laying an egg the first home game. Obviously, Tom Brady coming to town, you're going to get the Saints' best effort. 5 points for a home team here, who's I'm not going to say the Saints are a great team, but they're a decent team. I'll take the Saints.
All right, now we're up to decent. There we go.
I'll take the Saints to cover. Bucs to win 28-24.
Yeah, Jazzy.
I will say the Saints, though. The Saints, other than beating Green Bay in that neutral site game, have not beaten anyone of relevance.
Yeah. No.
You're not wrong.
But
So I'm not saying they're frauds. I'm just saying.
I really am curious, though, when Michael Thomas comes back. Because, like,
He
do you
has
guys watch that
projected
whole
fantasy
game
points.
yesterday?
He has projected fantasy points this week.
Yeah.
Currently.
Because Jameis, like, he really threw some deep balls that were right there. And guys just weren't fucking catching them.
Yeah.
Like, you get somebody else that's not your running back that can catch a ball on that team with Alvin Kamara. I actually think the Saints offense has a chance to pop a little, but we'll see what it looks like. And I tell you what, if he does come back this week, it's a banged up secondary they can get going against too.
Oh yeah.
All right, Sunday night, 2 of my teams that have kind of been on this year, Dallas and Minnesota. Vikings quietly 3-3. How do you like that, Adam? Should have beat Arizona too, had a guy control a fucking field goal, but that's in the past. We can't change anything about that. Should have beat Cincy too. Yeah, but
They didn't because they have Kirk Cousins. They didn't because they have Kirk Cousins. Thank you.
Well, to be fair, against Arizona, Kirk Cousins literally put them in a spot to win the game. The guy just missed the field goal.
Whatever you said.
And it was very makeable too.
Okay.
I forget exactly what happened in the Cincy game, but I remember that Arizona game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Vikings plus 2.5 at home here, over under 54.5. And I'm not going to say this, as much as I like the Vikings, as much as I think I've seen enough to believe that this team actually, when it's all said and done, end of the season, does have a legitimate shot to actually make the playoffs as that 7th and final team in the NFC. I'm not picking against the Cowboys here. I mean, this Cowboys offense, similar to the Titans, is just too much for anyone. Zeke is I was actually watching Colin Cowherd earlier today, and he brought up a point that I never thought of. And I mean, for the first time ever, Dallas could have a team that consists of 2 1,000-yard rushers and 2 1,000-yard receivers on the team. When you look at Zeke, Tony Pollard, Amari Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb right now, and the offense is just impressive, unstoppable. The Minnesota defense that a lot of people are questioning coming into this year has been slightly better, especially in the secondary against the pass, but I'm not going to take it against this Cowboys team. Similar to the Titans offense, it's too much. Dallas is to go in there, get a job done. Vikings are to keep it close, but give me the Cowboys to win this game. 54.5 seems a little high because you do have two offenses that have been playing well. And I think both teams have defenses that are actually getting overlooked this year too. Because I think both their defenses are not great, but playing better than what most expected here. Give me the Cowboys on the road. I'll go under 54.5 points to 27-23.
Yeah, I mean, in zero surprise, I love the Cowboys this week. I've been off the Vikings, coming off a bye, especially with only given 2.5. I think this line's a little bit weird, to be honest, which only thing that worries me. Cowboys are legit. I don't think the Vikings really are. I think their defense has played okay against subpar offenses, but it's about that time where their defense gets exposed. I believe Patrick Peterson, their only corner that can cover everyone, is now hurt. I mean, I love the points here. Dallas off a bye, especially. I mean, Dan Quinn's a good defensive coach. I think he finds a way to make Kirk beat him. I will say the Vikings have looked better than I thought they would. I still am not a believer. I'm going to take Dak over Kirk here in this game, and I actually love the points, Genk. I love the over. I'm going to go 34-27 Dallas.
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I'm definitely on Dallas. I have not been big on Minnesota, although Kirk has played very well this year. I just think their defense is not very good. And obviously the loss of Patrick Peterson is massive. Dallas is a legit Super Bowl contender, I think, with that offense. And if their defense can play just semi-decent, they are going to be able to stay in any game that they play. But with that Cowboy offense coming off a bye, going against this Minnesota defense, I think this game's going to be a shootout too. But I love Dallas. I don't think they lose it here. Give me the boys in a fun one, 35-31.
It's a fun Sunday night game. I mean, hey, this past Sunday night game, like, wasn't bad. It's a good bounce back one here. A little more fun football game.
Sunday night overs are like 6-1 or something.
Yeah, I think nighttime overs in general are still hitting at like 65 or 70% in the NFL this year.
I think, oh no, it's Thursday and Sunday are like crazy with overs, and then Monday nights are like, well, I think only like one game's went over. It's weird.
Yeah, I thought Monday was closer to 50-50 because I could be wrong. I thought after the week 3 Thursday night game, when it was like 7 night games in, I think I saw a tweet how like primetime overs or something like that were 7-0 this year in the NFL to start. And then I think Monday has fallen off. I'm pretty sure the last couple have gone under, but speaking of Monday, yikes. Giants going to Arrowhead. Chiefs scored 3 points last week, over under 52.5. Giants getting 10 points on the road here. I actually almost want to pick the Giants to cover the 10. I've seen enough from the Chiefs defense to know that you can score on them and everything. I've seen enough from the Giants defense to know that, they'll make some stops, but they will get beat at the same time too. And the Chiefs, after scoring 3 points, are going to beat the Giants defense numerous times this coming Monday here. With that said, I'm not going to really touch this game so much as a gambler, but I'm going to take the Chiefs to cover the 10. Obviously, I'm going to pick them to win this game. That's not a question here. Big thing I'm going to say about the Giants right now is I've seen enough where I know the Giants changes are probably coming this off season. I mean, more losses happening. I've actually seen enough to know that I'm ready to ride with Daniel Jones for at least one more year. Hopefully the offense can stay healthy enough. I just look at what's out there. And unless the Giants do the unthinkable, which I promise you Giant fans will never happen, and Aaron Rodgers wants to leave Green Bay and you can land him, great, go for it. But other than that, I don't think you're going to see a better option. Daniel Jones actually been one of the lone bright sides of this Giants team this year. He's been playing pretty well for the most part. I mean, he literally had a practice squad team out there last week, got a job done. I think he'll be able to put up points against the Chiefs, but I've also said this a few times this year too, and it backfired on me when I picked the Chiefs to cover numerous times this year. I think certain teams getting the Chiefs at the wrong time, coming off an ugly loss, and that's what the Giants are doing here. But the Chiefs are the bounce back prime time at home here. Everybody's going to be watching. And it sucks for the Giants that the Chiefs have something to prove, but unfortunately they do. Give me the Chiefs to win this game, and I'll take them to cover 34-20.
Yeah, Greg, you had a lot of points that I was thinking. I agree with you, Danny Dimes. I mean, give him credit where credit is due. He's played well enough to win football games this year. Went to New Orleans and played really well. Should beat the football team. And, there isn't really much else out there. That being said, I think this is a case of how the Eagles caught the Chiefs in the bad time. The Giants will as well. A night game at home when they're trying to bounce back. Just not ideal for a team that is 2-5 and needs a win. I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants do find a way to cover. I'm not going to take them to do that because the Chiefs just don't really cover either. But that being said, I mean, Patrick Mahomes at home, people are doubting him. Night game, prime time, that's where he's at his best. And I think that he will have a huge bounce back this week. And that's really all I got here. It's just a bad week for the Giants to go to Kansas City. I'll take them, the Chiefs to win and cover 35-20.
Take the Chiefs to win, but I'm going to take your G-men to cover this gang.
I wanted to, Chaz. I like it though.
I said it weeks ago. I'm not going to take the Chiefs to cover against anyone right now because their defense is so bad. And I think all of America is going to lay the points at the Chiefs this week because everyone is going to say the exact things we just said. Chiefs put up 3 points at home Monday night. The Giants suck. Hammer them. And I think the Giants are going to find a way to cover simply because I don't think the Chiefs are not going to be able to score. I think they're going to score probably with ease, but this Chiefs defense is so bad. I think the Giants are actually going to be able to score too. And because of that, 10 points is a shit ton in the NFL. And like I said, the Chiefs, who are currently 3-4, have not shown me enough that they're 10 points better, even to the Giants at home in prime time. So give me the Giants to cover barely. I think the play here is the over 33-24 Chiefs.
Let's go. I'll take that.
Wouldn't be shocked. I don't hate it either, Chess.
But like I said, I'm at a point where I don't know what's going to happen with the Giants this all season. I actually kind of just want Daniel Jones to keep playing well because I'm ready to ride with him for another year.
Well, he's still under a rookie deal, right? I mean, they still he's going to make.
Yeah, but you keep losing, you never know what happens too.
He's going to make $15 million, right, with the contract at the 5th-year option or whatever it is, maybe or something. Is that right?
Yeah, next year will be his 4th, so he'll be eligible for the option after this year.
Right.
But I mean, he's playing well. To be honest, when this Giants offense is healthy, it's very good. I've seen enough to
very good. Not about it.
Not very good, but it's good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just messing with you. I agree.
All right, Adam. What do we disagree on? I won't make you bet against your Saints.
I'd prefer not to. Yeah, I mean the Packers.
I am 0-7. But
listen, 0-7. You pick what you want. Obviously, it's a gentleman's game. So if you got one,
to be honest, I don't know if I want to pick next Tom Brady at 0-7 either.
I wouldn't recommend it.
The Packers.
We could do Eagles Lions if you want. We could do the Packers. I think you might have had the Texans, but I don't know if you want to do that.
No. Did you have Washington or Denver?
I had Denver. I think you did too. If you want the Jags against the Seahawks?
No. I hate to do this. I think I may fuck me, but I'll take it with the hook. I'll take Philly minus 3.5.
No, that's crazy. Okay.
My God, that makes me love the Lions way more.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, 0-7 this year.
Oh my God.
All right, Chaz. Well, you opened up our locks, so you want to start with them.
Oh my God. I was going to lay off them this week because I lock them literally every week.
With Chaz.
I'll lay off them. Adam, you can have them.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go Titans Colts over 49.5. I want to take Indy to win that game, but I like the points more. Colts offense has been lighting it up. What's up?
49.5.
Yep.
All right.
Second, I'm going to take the Steelers plus 3.5 on the road in Cleveland. And then third, I'm going to take our Cowboys minus 2.5.
I was wondering if I could get lucky and have that for me.
I gave you the Lions, Bull.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm going to take them. All right. Well, we're going to start with this because I don't think I've actually locked a game against Gank in a long time. But I'm going to take the Lions plus 3.5. I mean, I completely agree.
One thing I don't think you've done it all year. If there's one thing that's a flip the script, and maybe you locking
it. maybe, man. But I like them plus 3.5. And just simply because I truly believe that's either a field goal loss or a win.
That's what I mean. That hook scares the shit out of me. I just have this gut feeling Philly's going to win by 30.
Yeah. So I'm going to take that. I am also going to take the Bengals minus 10.5. Maybe the Jets will screw me over, but with that quarterback situation, Joe Burrow against whoever, I like the way the Bengals are playing, and I'm a believer. And then last, I'm not going to take the Bears, even though I kind of wanted to. I'm going to take the over 49.5 in the Bills-Fins game. I see the Bills putting up 35 points, and the Dolphins' offense honestly hasn't looked terrible the past few weeks. And like Chaz said, they put up like 80 points in the past 2 games against them. So
87.
Excuse me, 87. So, yeah, we'll take the over 49.5 Bills-Fins.
They hung 56 on them when it was a must-win for Miami last year. Remember week 17?
There it is.
And the Bills' backups were playing?
Yeah.
All right. Trash, the one that says Houston has 8 points in the past 2 weeks, something like that.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to start with the over in the Rams-Houston game at 48.
I actually didn't hate that. I don't hate it.
I think Tyrod may be back. Even if not, I think this is a team. This Rams defense not as good. I think Houston will be able to put up some type of points. If Houston scores 14-17, I think that hits with ease. Rams, like I said, struggle start. They'll figure it out. They'll get their points in the second half. And then where they go right to an under, I'm going to go in the AFC North. I'm going to go under 42.5 in Cleveland, Pittsburgh there. Like I said, I know a lot of people don't like watching unders. I'm not a fan of watching ugly, sloppy games too, but when it comes to the AFC North, that's what I expect. And I think that's the most fun division to watch as teams go in a dogfight like that. Can almost see that old school AFC North battle happening there. Now I'm torn between two. Adam, I want to take your Saints. There's another one, though. I'm going to go with the other one. I'm going to go against Chaz's football team. I'm going to take Denver minus 3 at home.
I like that.
I love it. Hope I'm wrong.
Chaz, the football team covers one time to beat Gank after a 1-7.
Probably.
Possible.
They're gonna win by like 30.
All right, Gank, maybe my double lock and bet against you will flip the script.
Maybe that's all I need.
Let's get the Lions to win. I want to hear Philly radio after they lose the Lions.
Oh, that would be
God, that would be good stuff. But then they beat the Lions and they're going back to the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
True. No, Super Bowl, not just playoffs, Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they skip the playoffs when they win. They just go right to the bowl.
Yeah.
All right, boys. We'll see how it plays out.